Release the Kraken!
Good morning, fellow game designers. Ron here with Lame Duck Studios, and today we're going to look at making a door quick and dirty. So we're going to learn how to make this in Maya. I'm going to go to a new scene here. Under poly modeling, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a cube. And since I'm going to be putting this in Unreal, might as well use units here. So the average door is about 210 units in Unreal, so 210. And then for the width, I'm going to do 100. And for the depth, I'll just do 20. And this is in centimeters, so if you're not sure what you're doing. Actually, it's kind of a thick door. I'm going to do 10. Awesome. Just going to move this up so that it's not halfway through. We do want this to be lined up with the center of the grid here. So in my height, I'm going to do 105 because that is half of our height. So right there. All right. And now one of these corners has to be in the middle. So it doesn't really matter which one, just whichever way your door is going to swing. And to do that, I'm just going to very easily come over here very quick. So my width is 100, so half of my width would be 50. And then I'll move it over here. That way when our door exports, it exports with the widget here. And just so you are not confused, I'm going to press the D key. I'm going to hold down V and just snap that to the bottom. X or V in this case will work because we're on the center, but it's fine. But that's where your widget's going to end up. That way our door swings like this, right? If we move if this was anywhere else, it would be center, and our door would swing like this. And that's not what we want. If you're making a revolving door, then great, but no. We want our widget to be here. And of course, we do have to have our door aligned with the grid in this fashion, otherwise it'll be changed when we get to Unreal. And now for a doorknob. Very simple. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a sphere. I'm going to move it so that I can see it. And then for the radius, I'm just going to eyeball. If I select the word here and then middle mouse click, that's pressing it on the mouse wheel. I'm just going to drag. Kind of get like something the size of a doorknob. I'll do 4.5. And then I'm going to press spacebar, go into a front view, press F to frame up. Here's my sphere. Going to right click, go to vertex mode. And I'm going to select a bunch of vertices down here-ish. I'm just going to flatten this off to kind of keep the curvature of the sphere. But the back of the doorknob's usually flat, so I'm just going to go ahead and flatten those off by holding down the V key and then dragging. Now, if these did not collapse, open up your tools, this little hammer here, open up Move Snap, and just make sure Retain Component Spacing is unchecked. Okay. Okay. Now with that all the way that I want, let's go into perspective. I'm going to press F to frame up. Come under here, and I'm going to grab this little paint brush tool. This is going to paint a selection. When you hover over, just make sure that your brush is a good size. You can hold down the B key and then click and drag to adjust the size until it's manageable. And then I'm going to go to face mode. I'm just going to paint the area of faces that I want. This is going to be part of the handle that attaches to the door. So Q, to kind of get rid of that, I'll go up to extrude here. I'm going to pull down the blue. So however far off of this you want, it's up to you. You are the artist. I'm going to press the E key. That's going to let me scale the middle of this out to get the base of the doorknob. And I'm going to taper this in to get the middle. So mesh tools, go down to insert edge loop. I'm going to throw a loop here just to kind of maintain that edge. And then I'm going to throw one about there. Grab my scale tool. I'm going to scale it in. However you want to design that is up to you. And that is our quick and dirty doorknob. Go to our front view again. The easiest way to attach this to the door is to snap our widget. So to do that, I'm going to press D, and then I'll hold down the V key, drag the arrow down so it snaps to the bottom. Press W, and I come over to my door here, drag this up into position. And I can't see it because I'm halfway through it, so I'm just going to rotate, let's see, 90 degrees in the X. There's our doorknob. Press F to frame up. And I'm going to position this somewhere here. And you can see our knob is still partly through the door. I'm going to hold down the V key. I'm just going to drag. And you see as I drag, it's going to snap. I'm going to hover my mouse over this little point in the back. And it's going to snap it to line up with the door. There we go. There's our doorknob. I'm just going to make this a little bit wider. If you click one of these, one of the faces, and then hold Shift, double click, it'll just grab the whole loop. Not going to go too fancy, but good enough. There is our doorknob. There is our door. Select them both. Press the Combine tool right here. And there is our door. And if we export this, of course, it'll go to Unreal. So File, Export Selection. I'm going to call this SM_door. And we're using FBX export. So FBX, yep. I already have a couple doors, but I'll just go ahead and export over that one. Go into Unreal. I'm going to go ahead and import. Grab my door. And there it is. Look at that. Awesome. And it should be the right size for our character. You can say I have a few doors in here, but it should be about the right size for a person. Cool. That's all I want to show you in this tutorial. And the next one we're going to look at setting up some of the controls to make a door actually work. And I will see you next time.